The wind cut through the empty streets like a knife, but nothing was sharper than the sight of a mother huddled with her twin daughters beside a frozen trash bin. Jack, a single dad who had just finished his late shift at the diner, was walking home. He had little to give, but something inside him refused to pass by. The city lights flickered, reflecting off the thin layer of snow, illuminating the desperate faces of the trio. The mother's eyes were red, and the twins, no older than 7, clutched each other like life depended on it, which, tonight, it very well might. Jack's stomach knotted. Memories of his own struggles as a single parent flashed before him. The nights he couldn't afford enough food for his little boy, the relentless ache of helplessness. But tonight, fate had placed him at the right place at the right time. "Hey, are you okay?" Jack asked gently, approaching them. The mother flinched, protective instincts kicking in, but Jack held up his hands, showing he meant no harm. "We were fine," she whispered, though her voice trembled. Jack could see the truth in her eyes: hunger, cold, and fear. He dug into his coat pocket, pulling out the small loaf of bread he had bought earlier, and handed it to them. "It's not much, but it'll keep you warm a little longer." The mother's eyes welled up, and the twins' faces lit up with a fragile spark of hope. Jack realized at that very moment that this Christmas wasn't going to be about presents or decorations. It was about humanity, compassion, and the small acts that could change lives forever. Jack couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this family than met the eye. Their sadness ran too deep, and their fear seemed almost familiar. After handing over the bread, Jack sat down on the curb beside them, careful to respect their space. "You don't have to talk if you don't want to," he said gently. "But maybe I can help." The mother's hands trembled as she wiped her tears. We've been trying to find somewhere safe," she admitted. "But every shelter is full, and we have nowhere to go tonight." Her voice broke, and the twins clung tighter to her, shivering in the bitter cold. Jack's heart ached. He had faced hard times, but he had never seen such raw despair in anyone, especially children. He instinctively wanted to do something, anything, to protect them. Then, one of the twins whispered something that made Jack freeze. "Mom says we're not like other kids, that people might take us away." Her wide, frightened eyes met his, and Jack felt a chill deeper than the night air. "What do you mean?" he asked softly. The mother looked away, ashamed. We've been hiding. People think we're abandoned, but it's complicated. We had someone important, but..." Her voice trailed off. Jack's mind raced. Why would anyone leave such young children alone on Christmas Eve? And why had fate placed them right in front of him? Something about their story didn't add up, but the urgency in their eyes left no room for doubt. They needed help. Now. Without thinking, Jack made a decision. "Come with me. You can stay at my place tonight. Warmth, food, and safety. You don't have to explain anything yet." The mother hesitated, torn between trust and fear, but finally nodded. The twins' faces lit up with cautious hope, and for the first time that night, Jack felt a glimmer of purpose stronger than the biting wind. As Jack closed the door behind them, he had no idea that the night was about to reveal a secret that would change everything he thought he knew. Jack led the small family into his modest apartment, a warm but simple space he shared with his young son, Liam. He quickly set about making hot cocoa and sandwiches, watching the twins' eyes light up at the sight of warmth and food. Once they were settled, the mother finally spoke, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and relief. "I supposed it's time you knew the truth," she said. Jack sat closer, attentive and patient. "We're not just any family. We used to have a home, a life, a father, who he was very important." She paused, swallowing hard. "The twins, they're part of someone famous, someone powerful. People wanted to separate us. They thought we couldn't survive on our own." Jack felt his heart skip a beat. "Famous? Powerful?" he asked, incredulous. The mother nodded. "Yes, we had to disappear. They took everything from us, our home, our security, even the trust that people would see us as human beings. Tonight, we were begging because there was no one else to turn to." Her eyes met his, desperate and pleading. The twins, sensing the weight of their story, held their mother close. "We just wanted to be safe," one whispered. Jack's mind raced. The pieces were coming together. The fear in their eyes, the way the world seemed blind to their suffering. And yet, despite everything, they had survived. Somehow, against all odds, they had made it this far. Jack looked at them and knew instantly what he had to do. "No matter who wants to take you away, no matter how impossible it seems, tonight you're safe. And I'm not going to let anyone hurt you." In that tiny apartment, with the smell of cocoa and sandwiches warming the room, Jack realized that Christmas wasn't about miracles and magazines. It was about being the miracle someone desperately needed. Just when Jack thought the worst of the night was behind him, a knock at the door shattered the fragile calm, and the shadows of the outside world crept in. Jack froze. The knock was firm, insistent. He peeked through the peephole and saw two men in suits, looking around like they owned the world. His heart sank. Somehow, they had found the mother and twins. The mother grabbed the children, her face pale with terror. They'll take us away," she whispered. Jack stepped forward, placing himself between the door and the small family. "Not while I'm here," he said firmly. His voice carried a weight that surprised even him. The men tried to push, insisting that the twins were to be handed over. Jack's mind raced. He had no legal power, no authority, but he did have courage and determination. "Listen, tonight is Christmas," he said, "and no child leaves here hungry or scared. Not tonight. You'll have to go through me first." The standoff was tense. The twins clung to their mother, trembling. Jack looked at them, and something inside him hardened. He wouldn't, let the darkness of the world touch them now. Then, in a surprising twist, a familiar voice rang out from the hallway. Liam, Jack's son, had sneaked out and brought over neighbors, friends from work, and even the diner owner who trusted Jack. Together, they formed a human shield of warmth and solidarity. The men paused, confused. The sheer number of people willing to defend a single dad and a mother with her children seemed impossible. And in that moment, Jack realized that miracles weren't always magical. They could be made by ordinary people standing together for what's right. After tense minutes that felt like hours, the men finally backed away, muttering threats that now sounded hollow. The door closed, and silence settled over the apartment. The family clung to each other, safe for now, but the ordeal had strengthened their bond. Jack looked at the mother and twins and whispered, "We made it through the storm, and tomorrow we start rebuilding." Just when the night seemed darkest, a truth came to light that would change all their lives forever, proof that hope could arrive in the most unexpected form. The mother sat with the twins wrapped in blankets, finally catching their breath. Jack brewed a fresh cup of cocoa and handed it to her, their hands brushing in quiet solidarity. Then a knock came again, different this time. A young woman in professional attire stepped inside, holding a letter. "I'm sorry to intrude," she said softly, "but I've been looking for you. I'm a legal guardian from the family office. There's been a misunderstanding, a very serious one." The mother blinked, disbelief etched across her face. The letter explained that due to a clerical error and some ruthless people trying to seize custody, the twins had been presumed abandoned. But everything was being rectified. The twins' true identity, the daughter of a prominent, compassionate figure, was now being legally restored. Jack's jaw dropped. The truth was stunning. The mother hugged the twins tightly, tears streaming down her face. We're going home," she whispered. The twins, finally safe and recognized, clung to Jack. "Thank you for saving us," one of them said. Jack knelt down, smiling through his own tears. "You don't need to thank me. You were brave, and sometimes helping someone is the greatest gift of all." Outside, snow fell softly, blanketing the city in peace. Inside, laughter and warmth filled the small apartment. Jack's son, Liam, ran around helping the twins open small Christmas treats. For the first time in years, Jack felt the true meaning of Christmas. Kindness, courage, and love could create miracles even in the coldest night. As the night ended, the mother and twins were no longer just survivors. They were family, protected and cherished. And Jack, The poor single dad, who had nothing to give but his heart, realized that giving love and protection was the greatest gift anyone could ever receive. The night that began in despair ended in joy, proving that even on the darkest Christmas Eve, miracles happen, and sometimes they come from ordinary people with extraordinary hearts.